Hello and welcome back, listeners, to the Allegendly podcast, where me and my co-hosts get a mystery topic coupled with some mystery facts, and it's our job to figure out which facts are real and which facts are fake. My name is Alex, and with us always is Joe.
Oh, it's dark goth, allegedly.
Dark Allegendly Gothic. Okay, so as much as Musk, because I know you're doing a Musk, as much as Musk looking stupid, right, is hilarious, can we not comment on how Trump's mic kerfuffle,
Yeah.
the fuck is he doing there? For
Like,
a guy
This
that
is
claims
the thing. Trump is so weird that, we're only recognizing his weirdness now because he's finally drawn in the other weirdos. When he was running in 2016, he was very weird and, a sex criminal. But,
Yep.
But he was surrounded by people who looked like real politicians.
Yes.
Now that we're in this one, he's just surrounded by actual fucking other weirdos. And they're just Tim Walz stopped calling Republicans weird too soon because
He cut it out.
Howdy did they pull out all the stops.
Well, yes, they did. And
though I will say, when he called Tony Hinchcliffe a dipstick, that was funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, didn't he call him a dipshit?
Oh, I censored him because he's a good Midwestern person, but he might have actually said shit. Yeah,
I think he said dipshit.
Wow.
Okay, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
Calling somebody dipshit is the Midwestern. That is
Right.
being a good Midwestern person. Like, anybody that travels to... I shit you not.
Right, because a good Midwestern person would know that a dipstick is useful.
Yes. So, no joke, though. My grandma, right? She was like fucking 4'2", tiny person, right? One of my fondest memories of her is just how she would say shit, right?
There's a lot of emphasis there.
Oh, dude, she's like, "Oh, you little shit," dude, and it's the weirdest thing hitting this little tiny grandma say this, and fucking, yeah, that's Midwest to me. Like, but I just hear it all the time.
That's the curse you could get away with. So you really put emphasis behind it.
She punched that in as hard as she could too. There was a little bit of stank on those shits,
Sure.
Like, yeah. So, but yes, so between Elon Musk screwing up USA, USA, he's been in this country. I've seen him at football, baseball games, like, reported. He knows how a chant goes, right?
He should.
The inflection goes down.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes up, but not that bad. Like, I don't know. It's hard.
I've not understood how people haven't put together that Elon Musk is an immigrant.
He was
his side, right? Like, for all these people chanting about illegal immigrants, and then that guy comes out, and how did nobody go like, why he sound funny?
Well, so apparently, according to him, he was an illegal immigrant for a long time, and he had to lie about his immigration status in order to get some foot the bill on a business something or other.
Yeah. So it's very odd to me that the people they've pulled out, and you're like you got Hulk Hogan coming out to Real American, and then there's Elon Musk, who is so clearly not a real American.
I feel like Hulk Hogan coming out for Trump. I feel like Macho Man Randy Savage would have came out for Harris. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Jesse Ventura is all anti-Hogan, man. He's been on the trail. Yeah, he's just he's been calling out Hogan for fucking weeks now. It's been awesome.
What, Macho Man Randy Savage?
No, Jesse Ventura.
Oh, yes. Well, because he was anti-union.
Yeah, that's right. He tried to unionize the WWF, and Hogan put it down.
Yep. So him and Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Fucking assholes, dude. Well, we can't let Trump ruin a great podcast we have today.
Hey, look, we're out of the official spooky season, but now we're into the real spooky season. Election.
This is the shit I'm scared of.
Yeah. So, he certainly can't ruin this podcast, but he might ruin America. So
yeah. Well, the podcast is one thing.
Let us be a guiding light.
Dude, I hope that through the transitions of this podcast, when we're jumping in between facts and I ask you if you're ready, can you figure out how to do the Elon Musk yell?
Oh, it's
hard.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I might have to get Russell Crowe to do that accent. Like, that might take a thespian.
Well, Russell Crowe would do like half the accent and then the next time be completely off.
Oh, and then throw a phone at you if you ever said that out loud.
Did he really throw?
Oh yeah, he's thrown shit at people like who are like, your accent sucks, and he's like, what the fuck did you say to me? Like, he's very precious about his accents.
Oh God, I can't wait to be rich.
I know,
dude. We're gonna be monsters, bro.
Dude, it's like inevitable.
Dude, you can get away with it. You can get away with it.
Look, man, I watched The Pope's Exorcist, and Russell Crowe straight got away with the racism. Like, that is the most Mario Italian accent I've ever seen. And I think they put some bronzer on him. But like, I'm also going to tell you, he's the best part of that movie.
He is. No, I actually remember that being like,
I'm like, he's shockingly charming in this horrible accent.
Yes, he is. But it's like endearing because it's Russell Crowe. So
yeah, he's like a really good actor. Like, he's so good that he can outact his own accent. Like, you're like, that's impressive. That's not everyone else can do that.
Oh, well, I have a podcast topic for us today. And
nothing but good vibes, bro.
Nothing but good vibes, bro. Get a little Pauly Shore. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey.
Getting some
It's
vibes,
the Leaning Tower of Democracy.
Yeah. You ready for the topic?
Does Pauly Shore did Pauly Shore's career shit in the woods?
It did. I'm okay. Segue real quick. Mm-hmm. I am waiting for Pauly Shore to put out his own The Whale.
Biodome 2.
I'm telling you, dude, these washed up actors every once in a while pop out of nowhere to one fucking crazy acting and just like something out of their realm.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, like, dude. And then they just kind of make a comeback.
Pauly Shore joins the John Wick universe.
Dude, I'm waiting for it. He might show up somewhere. He was huge.
It's either like you either do The Whale and get Academy Award, or you become a right-wing grifter. That's like the two pathways for washed up actors.
Yeah, well,
and apparently Zachary Levi, who I didn't know was washed up after Shazam.
Really? He's gone?
Oh, he's a full Trumper. Oh, like, he just did a big rally with a bunch of them. I was like, wait.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was like, that movie made money.
For some reason, I was thinking of John Lovitz. For some fucking weird ass reason.
Hey,
no, I know who you're talking about. Shazam,
we can still hold on to some heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, that is depressing. Superman, Henry, he just got too intimidated by Henry Cavill. So
for real.
All right, here we go. So today's podcast topic is New York City Public Health Ordinances of 1866.
Okay, that's specific.
Quick. Joe, fire off the most ordinances you can think of from 1866. Go.
No women, no Irish.
Okay. Italian.
No Italians.
They probably had. Was it at the time they kind of had
only
something
top
against
hats outside?
Did they have issues with Jews too, or was that not there yet?
I mean, it seems that's always in season.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so, like, that almost feels like cheating to point out.
Yeah, well, it's a punching down, pointing that one out.
Yeah,
it's easy. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's pretty much bigotry across the board.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the overall bigotry. no British tobacco in your pipes.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Only
American-made
good,
tobacco.
healthy American tobacco. For kids 10 and under.
1866. That's Reconstruction, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, like just the beginning of it, I think.
okay, so I'm going to say at least one of these facts involves slavery. Easy. It's just an easy win, right?
That's a pretty good.
It's
That's
New
a
York,
safe bet.
though. New York was really strong against for the emancipation.
Yeah, but they also sold a lot of the tactiles that were made from Southern cotton.
That's true.
Like economically, they were kind of pro-slavery.
When did Gangs of New York take place? I know it was fictional, but the depiction,
That's
I
like
guess,
the
was pretty...
late 1700s, I think.
Okay, so that was well before.
I think that's... it's after 1770. So yeah, it's once America's like a country, but I think it's like late 1700s, early 1800s.
Okay. So yeah, I just know that New York was pretty rough around the edges until like the fucking 70s.
I'm gonna
or
say
80s.
This is the era where they decided to stop putting animal carcasses on the street. And they said,
call.
you gotta
So maybe that's an
ship
ordinance.
that to... Yeah, I was like, you gotta ship that to New Jersey.
They're just like, hey, we're not savages, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna have animal carcasses, but they're in Jersey, so you don't have to go there.
I'm gonna say this is the middle of the oyster wars, so I'm gonna say there's an ordinance about oysters. There was the East Coast used to farm like a good, like, I can't remember, it was like 60% of the world's oysters or something like that. But they literally just over farmed it. And there's like whole islands and stuff built out of like just like oyster shells. Like not islands, but like they like actually like made more land on Manhattan Island out of oyster shells.
So
like
it's funny to look back on things because you had like the tulip debacle in like France that showed like market manipulation tactics and all that. Mm-hmm. And you can point it back to like fucking whatever, Europe in the 1400s or some shit. Right. It's just funny to look back on a modern lens on like real problems that exist, like a potato famine. And we're just like, that's fucking crazy. They ate bad potatoes and died. What idiots. And we're like, we only look at it through the modern lens, you know? So an oyster thing sounds stupid to me, but it was a very real problem.
But like, it was literally like, it was, it's the classic tale of people trying to regulate a market and then people like fighting against that, and like literally like people were going out illegally to keep farming oysters and like fucking just like killing people and stuff like that. How
has a drunk history not popped up out of that? Just any story involved in this oyster war.
Yeah.
Like some dude's just obsessed. He's like, send that guy sleep with the oysters, if you know what I mean. Put some oyster shoes on him. Throw them into the river.
Yeah. And then, then some nerdy environmentalist is like, don't over farm it, it's bad for the environment. They're like,
Poindexter.
Yeah.
It's impacting our shellfish population.
Yeah.
Like, shut up, nerd.
Animals have feelings, man.
Some liberals. Just take care of that.
If we keep doing this, we're going to run out of the thing we make money off of.
And I was like, if God ran out of oysters, okay, then fucking we'd have a problem. God would just make more. Like, duh.
Yeah.
If he didn't intend us to overfarm oysters, he wouldn't have made clam chowders. But it tastes so good.
They're fucking so good.
All right. Well, let's see what we're dealing with here. So let's get to fact number 1. You can only drive a herd of cattle through Brooklyn between 9 p.m. and 1 hour past sunrise the following day.
Man, wait. You can only do, like, when people are sleeping?
Yeah, apparently when you bring cattle through. Okay.
Well, I guess, that's when the lowest pedestrian population is, right?
If this is true, I can see why people were so angry in New York all the time.
They come by it naturally.
Could you imagine that? Like, and this is not easy work.
No, you're just trying to get some Z's and just a cattle. Go through downtown Brooklyn.
Dude, you're fucking beat up. You just got done sweeping a chimney, which was a very real job. that people died from. Sweeping chimneys, fucking, you're dirty, you're probably sick, your body hurts, you have 19 kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Half of them probably died.
Right, you
right?
used to have 22.
Yeah, you're fucking, so you're an emotionally physical wreck. You're just like, finally, I get to lay down in my bed and fucking 2:00 in the morning, just like, just, how did murder not happen more frequently than
Oh my God.
the current rates?
Yeah.
I take a shot at him. I think it's the fucking 1800s.
You know what? I'd just take a cow.
It solve a lot of problems.
Like, you know what? Like, wake me up, will you? I'm getting a burger.
Yeah, fucking, I'm going to spend my money on better lodgings. In the meantime, we're going to save money. Just take this cow. Well, they're not looking. Just take the back of the herd.
Yeah. Yeah, get one of the stragglers. You're fine. Just dress up as a New York, as a Times Square Elmo. Blend in. And just take one of the fucking people out.
Yeah, like wasn't Oliver Twist? Didn't they all like fucking all the orphans steal and pickpocket and shit like that?
Yeah, there were like a gang of pickpockets. Yeah.
Yeah, why would you do that? You just be a gang of people that steal a cow.
The Brooklyn cattle rustlers.
Be careful going down that way. Don't want to go down that road.
The gang of Roman cattle rustlers down that road. Between 9 p.m. and sunrise, that land's sour.
Don't take a cattle down there. It's not quiet either. They're loud. They're pieces of shit. Yeah. And aren't the cows sleeping at this time too?
Right. When they like to, get some snoozins?
I mean, they're cows. I guess they sleep whenever, but like, it seems like a very weird time. Like, it seems like logical, right? Like, less traffic. 1866, there's probably not horses, or there's more horses and buggies and wagons. Probably no like regulation on how wide a street needs to be. Probably not a lot of paved roads, so a lot of dirt roads still. It would make sense that they would want to bring these cows through. How built out was Brooklyn in 1866?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea.
Brooklyn could be one house, and we're just giving it a lot of credit.
It could technically still be farmland. I don't know.
Yeah. Imagine being that one guy goes by, and he's like, they could take it farther away from my house, but they brush right up against my property.
Fucking Mets fans.
That's a Jets fan right there. That would definitely be a Jets fan. Fucking,
it's like, it says New York Jets, but we all know the stadium's in Jersey. Like, fuckers.
Dude, that's exactly what it is. So what are you thinking? I'm gonna say fuck it. It's true. People. I'm gonna go with
true. It's so odd. It's so weird to think about cows in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
With like thinking of how it is today, but like,
or just having to pass through Brooklyn at all. So maybe it's just super rare.
Yeah,
I don't remember. Is New York State like a big farming area? It had to be, right?
Well, I think it was also harbor.
Was. Yeah, I mean,
at that time,
touche. There was no established any touche. All right, then for fact number 1, we're gonna go true that you can only drive a herd of cattle through Brooklyn between 9 p.m. and 1 hour past sunrise the following day. 3, 2, 1, bam! It is true. There were also limits to how many animals could be shepherded down the streets of New York in the middle of the night. Okay, so there's a limit to how many animals.
Right.
Ready?
They're like, all right, fucking 100's too loud.
So 20 cows, 100 hogs.
Okay.
Or 100 sheep.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I feel like sheep's the loudest.
So that's what I was about to say. People that don't know sheep.
Is this where counting sheep comes from?
Fuck, dude, maybe. Like, sheep scream, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the person that made this ordinance is like, fuck it. Fuck these guys that live there in Brooklyn. So there's no way that's a quiet situation. No wonder the New Yorkers are so cranky. Yeah, the writer even put it. They haven't slept in 6 generations. There you go. Like, yeah, if they're not falling asleep to fucking the animals are walking by, fucking car horns, shooting.
Yeah.
The Marvel movies being filmed.
Aliens invading.
Yeah, aliens. You know, fucking typical New York situations. It says here the ordinance also specifies that the herd will be driven in streets and avenues leading towards their destination, where they will least endanger the lives of human beings.
Seems like this seems half reasonable.
Yeah, close, right? I mean, it's a best try. Right?
Look, I think it used to just be, you know, first come first serve mayhem. So
could you imagine
we're going in the right direction?
I'm one shepherd and I got 20 cows I got to lead through this fucking street.
Yeah.
Shit, wait. There are disconcertingly large sections dedicated to proper disposal of sick, dead, and dying animals, including a notice that if your pet is sick or injured past recovery in public, they will give it 2 hours before they deprive it of life and haul it like any other dead animal in the road.
Told you, man. I called animal carcasses.
Fucking A, dude. There's
I don't know why I'm so proud of myself about this, but
you're a genius. You retain animal carcass knowledge like nobody else I've ever met.
You should see my lamp collection.
Did you think of the smell though from Always Sunny? Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody got that.
No, it's cool. Okay. I got a tannery on my porch.
It's all back there.
Yeah, it's
just got all this tanning equipment. Little known fact.
I mostly deal in cats.
All the rugs I've made. It's amazing. So it says here, there's a whole section about bone boiling, bone crushing, bone grinding, bone burning, and glue making business were now prohibited within city limits. And if I'm reading it correctly, they also prohibit anyone from even working in those industries without permits from the city. The last part here, it also addresses disposal of dead humans and specified that every person who happened across a dead body or part of one. Fuck. Did this happen enough to call that out?
Apparently.
I'm like, it's a fucking hand right there.
Just another foot.
Okay, wait. Had a duty to report it to the Board of Health. All these things were happening often enough to create ordinances around them. Okay, wait. In 66.
Mm-hmm.
Not much for a police force. Not much for investigations, right? A lot of it's hearsay. A lot of it is just who done it, right? Who's chopping bodies up? I mean, I get it.
Oh, man, I found a body.
Yeah, Buffalo
can't move it like this.
Oh shit! That prime tanning I could get off of this human body.
Well, there's probably factory injuries.
Yeah,
and
true.
So they're like, well, got this unclogged. You know, like just chuck it.
Hand out.
Yeah, well,
we'll just wheel them out there.
Corn shredder's back in action.
I'm sure there was rampant other health issues going on. I'm sure people were sick. They probably collapsed in the street, died. Nobody knew that alcohol was even bad for you, so you probably fucking drank yourself to death outside.
Right.
You know what I mean? Freeze to death.
Well, you probably fell on the ground, got ran over by a bunch of goddamn cows going through at 9 o'clock at night.
Apparently, they had to make an ordinance to make sure that didn't happen. That means it happened enough to call attention to it.
Yeah.
Some dude's out there just taking a piss and fucking gets run over by 20 cats, like 100 hogs, dude.
Yeah. Well, sorry, ma'am, but we found his foot.
I don't know if this is going to be any sort of comfort to you, but I found his ring hand. It's still got the ring on it.
Me and the boys got together and we made a little coffin for it so that you can bury something.
It's got a glove on it that looks like a
its little fingers are folded over each other.
I like to think that his middle
is the way
finger,
he wanted to go.
I like to think his middle finger is what his wiener would be. It's very endearing.
Yeah.
To the image of Frank.
We had Horace over there write down his last words because he reads good. Ow! Stop running me over with cows.
Oh shit, is that his last words? Check it out, I'm gonna steal one of these.
I'm gonna take out one of the scragglers.
Frank underestimates the strength of sheep.
We're having lamb chops tonight, boy.
Oh shit. Well, he fucking found his hand. It's the only thing left. Fuck. You know what's really sad that happened, probably.
I mean,
We're like-
probably.
We're laughing, but there was enough death surrounding fucking herds of cattle coming through Brooklyn. Well, we got it true. R.I.P. Oliver Twist that stole cattle. Okay. Shit. All right, here we go. Fact number 2. To help prevent the spread of infectious diseases, in 1866, hides, skins, blankets, and rags were prohibited from being unloaded on the docks if they came from any foreign countries, any infected place, or from any point south of Norfolk, Virginia. Okay, wait. Hide, skins, and blankets, rags were prohibited from being unloaded on the docks. So where would they take them?
Right, yeah. So it could be unloaded somewhere else?
Well, wouldn't that just be then they prohibit the selling of those? Like, they're prohibited for sale? Maybe that's the intended. Maybe, because maybe you could unload them saying, hey, I'm not going to sell them, and that's your loophole, and then you gift them to somebody, then that person sells them. So once they're here, you're fine. Right? But, so that would be the loophole around the sale part of it. But then...
Yeah.
If you can just say, hey, we're not unloading it, that means...
Also, like, are these hides still, like, rotting? Like, why is there an infectious disease on a hide? Or a skin? Like, wouldn't it be, tanned up?
I think theoretically, but you're giving a lot of credit to
I really am.
tanners.
Like, I'm just like, oh.
Don't they know?
Did you think of the smell?
Dude. I think south of
because, like,
Norfolk,
I mean, it makes sense if it's like,
so
why you wouldn't want to like have that out in public.
Where's
I would imagine
Norfolk?
they're not.
Where's Norfolk, Virginia? Where is that
at? Like above Washington D.C.
So you couldn't unload blankets from south of Norfolk, Virginia.
Yeah.
So that'd be just DC too. So people that would make rags and shit from DC could not unload those products in New York City in 1866.
That seems weird because, like,
weird, right?
It feels a big deal. Like, okay, you don't want it from foreign countries. I feel though too, like, if it was coming from a foreign country, it can't be like it would be rotten by the time it got there. That's a long trip. So it has to be tanned. Like, do they think tanned hides? Like, or are they like worried about ticks? I don't know.
Yeah, just any diseases. Like, I mean, they had no disease control in 1866, right? Like, what's their disease? Their disease control was killing it and burning it. Like, they were still eating hearts in New fucking England.
I'm also assuming they know what germ theory is at this point.
Yeah, because they're like. I think, isn't this around the same time they were killing vampires in New England and like eating their hearts?
Yeah, there's still that because of tuberculosis. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're just like, gotta watch out for that tuberculosis.
That's right.
Gotta eat this human heart to kill the poison.
True. I'm giving a lot of like, I just don't know what these skins look like.
I'm just assuming skins and hides. I'm sure they may be prepped, but isn't that how didn't smallpox, weren't those spread via blankets?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So maybe they were just
I didn't
concerned.
think of that. Like, people are probably just probably to help keep down the spread of smallpox.
Yeah, so they probably because like a disease. I know that South Park made fun of it, right?
Yeah.
Where they gave the town SARS just because they were trying to mimic what the settlers did to fucking kill the Native Americans off. But like SARS back then would be fucking nuts. Like, flus killed tons of people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just percentages of people would be dead.
So
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's tough. It's kind of a tough call. It's the Norfolk, Virginia that really, because I could see any foreign countries with an infection in place, which would be just like, anything that they decide.
The idea that you're just like Norfolk, like that's your cutoff. But like, I don't know. What about like Boston Like, are they not like shipping stuff down? Like,
I know they're not getting any, gator skin boots. They're missing out. Probably what keyed off the Wild West. They took away this ordinance, and now people can have gator skin stuff.
Maybe they shipped it by train. It's technically not on the docks.
Fuck, that's genius, Joe. You're like
I should have been a
Musk of the
tycoon
1866
in the
dude.
1800s.
Yeah,
I would have rocked it.
You would have been a gajillionaire. You're like, doesn't unload on the dock. We're fine.
We're fine.
Just take it on. Dude, what if this is, oh my God, we're looking at this all weird. What if this is totally an ordinance that was pushed by the railroad companies?
Oh, yeah.
Lobbied by them, say, hey, make it illegal here, but they can send it via
That's
railroad.
right. But the shipyard, come on.
Everybody knows shipping is a dead business.
Well, the airflow on the train, that knocks all the germ off.
Yeah. We aerate our cars. It tans the hide for you.
We sprayed mercury on it. It's fine.
Everybody knows mercury kills the bacteria.
Yeah.
We're safe.
We're good.
All right. Well, what are you feeling?
I mean, I'm real agnostic on this.
Me too. I'll say we go true.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's true, there's probably a story behind it.
I can't help there's a racist component to it.
I mean,
disease
probably.
And everything, so it's got to be true somewhere.
It's probably to just stop, British sympathizers and stuff like that.
Yeah, people don't bring your hats here. That's right. Tanned hide. All right. We're going to go true in fact number 2, that there was an ordinance to stop anything skins, blankets, rags from docking in New York or anywhere south of Norfolk, Virginia in 1866. 3, 2, 1. Bam! It is true! From Brooklyn Daily Eagle and Wikipedia. Why Norfolk, Virginia? It doesn't say. Maybe because Norfolk had... Because Norfolk had become a reliable hub for Union soldiers inside a state that had seceded, but not sure if there were legitimately higher rates of infectious diseases south of Virginia, or if this ordinance was more political in nature, limiting imports from previously Confederate areas. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But reading through, there were no other restrictions related to persons or things from former Confederate states, just skins, hides, and fabrics. If you want to grab your tinfoil fedora, I have another possible explanation. Ooh, here we go. The name signed at the end is the board president Jackson S. Schultz. Interestingly, he was a wealthy merchant whose primary business was running a family tannery and leather goods store in New York City. So it sounded like a little conflict of interest. There you go.
I buy it.
Yeah, I thought, why not?
Look, we were thinking it was big train, but it could have been big leather.
It's big leather, dude. He's like, they don't have the same regulations that we do. We check for our diseases.
In the Norfolk people, if you know what I mean.
Get it?
Yeah.
Gotta watch out.
I'd hate for your dock workers to get sick, Yeah.
I'm just looking out for humans, dude. I care.
Look, everyone knows you gotta buy local.
I'm an organic tanner, okay?
You don't know what kind of weird nonsense comes from those folks.
So it says, after cholera outbreaks in the 1830s, 40s, and 50s, wealthy New Yorkers decided to get their shit together, literally, and this was the milestone result of those efforts. They were validated just a few weeks later with another cholera outbreak that still killed over 1,000 people.
Oof.
Killed over 1,000 people, but was less severe than previous outbreaks. That 1866 outbreak would prove to be the last in New York, thanks to the implementation of these and other basic sanitation standards.
Maybe it was just, actual public health.
No, this is a prime example of humans failing to success.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, there's no way. I totally believe that this was
it's 1,000 people reported.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I should say. Like, this is clearly also an era where you can just find a foot. So,
Well, and this is also an era too where, sadly to say, they did not see certain people as being people.
Right. Yeah. So we don't know if it was actually the last cholera outbreak.
Yes. Especially when they're segmenting, specific neighborhoods off for other types of people. Yeah. Well, fuck them.
Whatever. Hey, on the plus side, we got the question right.
We did. We got the question
really
right.
Important here.
And I guess it benefited people eventually. So good for them. All right. Fact number 3. In 1866, only police and persons who have been formally challenged to a duel could possess a pistol within the city.
I love this so much, I'm going to go with yes. I mean, not the police part, but the challenge to a duel part. I think we should bring this back.
How? Yeah, but then everybody's just like, somebody challenged me. I'm on my way there.
Well, it says publicly challenged.
Ooh.
So you got to do it in front of an official.
Oh, no, it doesn't say publicly, but it does say formally challenged.
Oh, okay. Ooh, so paperwork's got to be.
What is that? You slap them and then sign a piece of paper?
There's got to be witnesses. You got to get witnesses together. Got to get your second.
It's true. What's a second?
It's that's your dude that helps like load the pistol and is like a witness to. So each person brings like their bro. Each side brings a guy. They're the guys that check the guns.
If you just stop and think about this whole thing, it is the stupidest fucking thing to do. It is so dumb, right? To be like, you have pissed me off so much. The only way we can solve this is if one of us. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Even if I win, you could hit me with a fucking bullet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got me. Oh, I won. Great. I'm going to die
cool.
here
It's
anyways.
1866. This will go well.
Oh, give me one of those tannery blankets that I can wrap up in.
Oh, it's fine. I'll just sweat it out.
Oh, no, I have cholera, too. Damn it.
Oh, and gangrene.
So
I lost an arm, but he lost his life.
Like, I remember growing up thinking they're like romanticizing about how like honorable it was. Like, you were just so aggrieved that you had to like solve it in the most extreme way possible. And then like you would think like the most toxic way. You're like, oh, people would stop pissing off other people. I'm like, some people just don't fucking care. Like, how many alcoholics are like, fuck it, I'll take a shot at you.
That's the big thing, with between Hamilton and Burr, right? Like, Hamilton was just such a dick that he threatened to duel Burr like multiple times, and Burr just never took it. Like, Burr was like a little dude; he was a teeny guy, and so like Hamilton just bullied him, and then one day finally he just had fucking enough. And he shot fucking Hamilton in the face. And then everyone went, hey, man, why'd you shoot him in the face? And then they made a fucking musical about him. So, like, Burr got the fucking shaft and he won the fucking duel, So, like...
his second that loaded the pistol for him and he won. He probably came up, he's like, look, man, people are going to remember this day. They're going to write songs about you, dude.
Dude, you looked so cool.
He just comes up, starts slapping him in the shoulders like, yeah, you did it.
Oh, have you ever heard of hip hop?
Dude, I think I'd be okay. I don't like if we could solve a way in a non-lethal duel. Like 2 tasers maybe.
I like it.
I could get behind that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because I think it ends up being funny.
Right.
Seeing a dude like,
either way, someone's pissing their pants. Yeah.
Yeah. He made some dude shit his pants publicly. Like,
oof. There's nothing more embarrassing than that.
Yeah. So it's like, cool. But
the ultimate duel, you just drink High C, like a gallon of High C, and you just wait till someone pisses their pants, and then everyone just points and laughs at that person.
Yeah, wouldn't do it again. I've lost this. Good sir, I have lost the duel. I secede. I shall take back what I said about your sister.
Second, bring me my dry pants.
They are currently not wetting themselves. Second, bring more high C, please.
Yes. Let it be known that this man's sister isn't a royal bitch.
Second, please bring in more coffee and bran muffins. We need to get this. We have an opera to attend later this evening.
We don't believe in draws.
Excuse me, sir. I do not believe this duel is done in good faith. It appears that I have contracted cholera, forcing me to push my pants uncontrollably.
We all agreed on the rules. Shitting doesn't count.
Shooting doesn't when it comes to pooping your pants.
Right? This was a duel to pissing.
I feel like Jackass would be the ones to take off this nonsensical
I'm
dueling.
smelling Johnny Knoxville's new reality show.
Yeah.
The Duel.
Call it
with Johnny Knoxville.
The Duel.
Where it's like small claims court, but you settle it with like Jackass style dueling.
Oh my god, shooting beanbags at each other and shit.
Yeah. You know,
what about running an obstacle course?
Brent's roommate says that he stole $200 out of the party pot. In defense, Chad says that's bogus.
I feel like these guys would walk away being like stronger friends.
Totally.
Like, hey man, I'm sorry, I did steal $200.
It was my bad, dude.
You probably needed it.
I wanted to go see fish so bad.
So they brought in all these new blankets.
You don't understand, dude. They were playing Red Rock.
So I'm gonna say true. So I think 1866.
That's right. There's a question. Yeah, sure.
A duel, carrying a pistol publicly. I mean, fuck it. What do I know? All right, so we're going to go true on fact number 3, that in 1866, only police officers and people that have been formally challenged to a duel can possess a pistol within the public city. 3, 2, 1, bam! Ooh, this is false.
Well, one had to be.
All right. Dueling has been illegal in New York since before the big one, Hamilton v. Burr in 1804. Look at that. In fact, they chose New Jersey for that duel specifically because the punishments were less severe than in New York. Really? Jackson peppered him with so many insults and like insecure talk and that they're like, we're going to break the fucking law.
Yeah. 2 like senators. Like these people are like in power and they're like, fuck it.
Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb. I am legitimately shocked that not a single conservative has challenged any Dem to a duel. Not a single one.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me there isn't some old white fuck out there that's just like, I'll formally challenge you to a duel. You know what I mean?
There
like
was that House representative that challenged the Teamsters union leader to a fight.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that. I think Trump just challenged
it's not
Liz
out
Cheney.
of the realm of possibility.
Didn't Trump just challenge Liz Cheney to a fucking fight? He's
Look,
like,
I'm no fan of Liz Cheney, but I'd root for her in that fight.
oh,
like
she'd
win.
not understand. I'd buy a t-shirt, bro.
Oh, dude. I'd be in that corner hard.
Yeah, dude. I'd be like Mick in her corner. Dude, be like, get up, Liz.
Get up. Hit him in the titty. Like, just.
Punch him in the girdle.
Look, Liz, you're not fast, you're not good, your footwork sucks, so we gotta make rockets out of your fists.
She's got like a keg. She's just like, it's a big old training montage, like flicking the chains.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, that would go down in human history as the biggest boxing match of all time. It would literally overshadow Tyson v. Jake Paul.
Yeah, I was like, the Paul brothers would have nothing on that fight. Like,
So,
ironically, getting his ass kicked would make Trump the most money he'd ever seen in his life.
in his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Billions.
He
Worldwide.
could retire. Like, he could just walk away so fucking rich.
People would forget the court cases. I think would be fucking.
Oh, we'd all be like, good. We're good.
Yeah. He's just laying there, and Liz Cheney's just like freeze frames, like you're the best. All right, hold on. There is more.
Oh boy.
In the 1866 ordinances prohibited anyone from even providing firearms or other deadly or dangerous weapons to another person if illegal loss of life might result. Also prohibited here were rock blasts in public streets. So that happened at some point. It's a rock blast.
I don't know.
He blasted Marvin in the face with a rock.
I don't know, man. It just went, you gonna be all right? Oh, I think I lost it. Yeah. Ma'am, we found his face. Made a little coffin for it.
Couldn't find the rest of them. We did
the
find
rock blasted them away. We're sorry. We just thought it was going to be pebbles. We didn't think he was going to throw a whole boulder.
It was a whole boulder, ma'am.
Look, he cheated. It's very clear. And
doesn't even know rock blasts are illegal. Oh shit! It says fireworks were obviously regulated under horse racing. It says horse racing, fireworks, and kites. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. I'm the same way. It took me a minute to realize these are likely grouped because they're all things that can spook horses, aka cars, and cause accidents. I don't think so.
I didn't think horses got spooked by kites.
Fuck around with horses that hard. No, I can hear.
Does a kite? Does a horse see a kite in the sky and just run away?
What kind of kites did they have in 1866?
Maybe if it was a dragon. Yeah.
I think it was to stop a particular demographic of people from flying whatever they needed to fly.
They were worried children would get electrocuted.
There you go.
Oh, that's what kites bring down the lightning, which would then spook the horse.
I'm sorry, Frank was decapitated after his horse took off because it got spooked by a kite.
he was leading the cattle down Main Street, and someone loosed a kite.
Don't they know that's against ordinances? You didn't have a permit, ma'am. They loosed a kite in the
It's a real shame. So we got his head, and we'll get the body when we find the horse. But you know how horses get when they see a kite. They just keep running.
Took off, ma'am. Fuck. Okay, under explosive substances, it allows up to 25 pounds of gunpowder, fireworks, or explosive fluid before you needed a permit. Reasonable, obviously.
25 pounds?
Listen.
That's a lot.
People in 1866 needed 20. Who's carrying 25 pounds? We just bought a 25-pound bag of cat food. It's enormous. It seems like way too much explosive material. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, a pound of dynamite is a big boom. Like,
it's like, who needs this in their life?
I'm pretty sure most movies that depict like something blowing up is like a pound of dynamite.
Right, yeah.
Like, it's a big deal. Usually when they talk about blowing something up with, like, get 80 pounds of dynamite on it, it's because they're blowing through, like, obsidian or some shit. Like, some crazy, like, marble.
Look, like, I understand we had cattle rustling in the middle of the Bronx, but are we also, like, blowing up coal mines in New York? Like, why
apparently,
why do we need so much dynamite?
Yeah, they also had an ordinance here. You can't have 25 pounds of fucking kites either.
That's a lot of kites.
That's
too many kites.
Listen, that would be inappropriate for the city to allow that much kite through.
Look, not even people who sell kites have 25 pounds of kites. Well, especially near a racetrack.
Any responsible kite owner will tell you. You have to store your kites under lock and key. Okay.
Look, do you have a permit for this?
Don't worry. I keep my kites with the safety off.
Yeah, look. Yeah. Don't worry. I keep them separate.
Okay, so it says here, between liquor and fireworks is fighting, which reads, okay, so between liquor and fireworks is fighting.
Sounds fair.
Which reads, no person shall engage in or encourage any fight or dealing of any blow by any human being in said district, nor shall any person permit such fight having power and authority to prevent the same. So no fighting.
Fair.
Yeah, it seems normal. I respect it, but it seems like a pretty big ask for a self-proclaimed city that never sleeps. Yeah, listen.
And also
they're like,
allows
hey,
people to carry around 24 pounds of explosives without permits.
listen. You can't carry a gun. You can't walk around with more than 25 pounds of dynamite. Okay,
Yeah.
we have rules for a reason.
Okay.
Right?
You know what? Fighting seems the least on my list here, honestly.
Hey, well, what didn't we do a podcast episode like a couple weeks back where a kid found a stick of dynamite and brought it to school?
Yes.
That was like
and everyone
30s.
freaked out.
He was totally within ordinance, dude. He was fine.
Yeah. How did no one bring that up, huh?
Yeah, seriously. Nobody's because it's totally within his legal rights as an American citizen to carry that 1 pound of dynamite.
He should be able to bring it to school.
Wait, was that kid carrying around 26 pounds of dynamite? Is that why they got?
I don't think one stick is 26
He's just
pounds.
he's just banging 26 pounds of dynamite. Don't worry, ma'am. We put it in the bucket in the back.
It's fine. Yeah.
Ah, shit. Well, we got it wrong.
There's always one.
There's always fucking one. Dude, we'll let that slide for now. Okay. Here we go. Fact number 4. Per the Ordinances of 1866, people were prohibited from opening foul-smelling vats from May to October.
Foul-smelling bats?
Vats with a V.
Oh.
Like a, I would assume a sewer or like an air filtration system?
Or just barrels? I don't know.
Is that what a vat? What's the
a vat seems bigger, like a cauldron. What are we talking? A cauldron going around.
We're not allowed to look things up because we genuinely have to use our own brains on this podcast.
Yeah,
I know the word vat. I know how to use it. What is the technical definition of a vat?
I would like. It's like a. I mean, I guess it's just really kind of like a big thing that holds liquid.
Yeah,
so
because
like
I thought
like a bathtub would be a vat. I guess
because I thought a vat had like some sort of covering to it, like a
a
grate or something.
Could. I don't know if you need a cover, but
like if I was to open, like I'd go to the AC units and open the vat to get into the unit, or like get into the air duct.
Sure. And I guess it would have the lid, since how they're prohibited from opening said lid.
So it's okay. So you were not allowed to open foul smelling. Are they? Because I mean, yeast and stuff kind of stinks like shit when it's.
Well, I'm assuming these are pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, remember we had that thing of the Boston molasses flood?
That's like a
vat of molasses, right?
That's one of my favorite stories, and a lot of people got hurt.
A lot of people got drowned in molasses.
They got drowned, but it's one of those situations that it's too fucking funny.
It's so weird.
They literally remember the guy that was in his basement and he drowned in molasses.
Yeah, because it's filled with molasses. Yeah,
you're down there, you're like fucking whittling. Gotta love whittling. It's like the blob
comes in.
Yeah, fuck. So foul-smelling vats from May to October. So that's 5 months. You have a 5-month period where if it stinks, you let it sit.
If it's yellow, let it mellow, my guy.
They're like, if it stinks, it sits, my guy. Can't open it.
Sorry, can't open that till it gets cold.
Don't touch it. If this was November, I would welcome you to open that vat.
It is July. It's not happening, my man.
Is there any like foul-smelling things that would sit in a vat that would need to be contained from that period? Like the only thing I can think of is beer, alcohol,
beer. Yeah,
but you can aerate beer. Like you
if
can
they're
open
doing like, if they're grinding in bones and stuff, it could be like a rendering. Like it's just like dead animals in there.
They're just chopping them up.
Yeah. Oh, like, but it could be. I mean, it could be, or like. Whatever they use to dye clothing or something. Like, who knows what that was made out of back then.
Oh, God. I just can't. Like, we're sitting here making fun of it. If this is true, it's something horrific.
It's, like that's what I'm imagining. It's just something so gross that they had to make an ordinance about it.
Yeah. They like,
that, like, hey,
they stink out a city.
Please don't.
What if it stinks out a city? Like, somebody opened it up and it just completely stunk out the entire city.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see. So, what are you feeling?
Let's go with it. Let's roll.
That's fucking true. All right, great.
Yeah.
So for fact number 4, we're going to go true that per ordinances, people were prohibited from opening foul-smelling vats from May to October. 3, 2, 1. Bam. It is true. Okay, let's see. New York City smelled horrific. So the regulations of soil filth in vats was situated right between bone boiling and oyster shells. God damn.
Crushing it, dude.
Literally. The word offal, which is awful, OFFAL, awful, everywhere through the word that everywhere throughout this entire document, which refers to all things butchers get rid of: beaks, bones, feathers, fat, blood, organs, etc. Disposal of which was especially problematic at that time. These ordinances were stopped. These ordinances also stopped the sale of milk and butter made from cows that were fed a diet of feces and garbage. So that was happening.
Okay. What? Like, how? All right. At what point we were like, feed them their shit,
dude? Could you not see them fucking like be like, chop up the cows, feed it to the cows? Like,
that's so gross.
Protein is protein.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
those
particularly
poor cows.
Well, it says here in Section 77, which mandated that when cleaning the gutters in front of your establishment, you were not allowed to wash down anything that could be scraped up. Okay. Still wearing your foil fedora, I found this buried in the smelly vat section. Quote, no establishment or place of business for tanning, skiing, scoring, or dressing hides or leather shall hereafter be open, started, or established anywhere in the cities of New York or Brooklyn, nor elsewhere in said district without a permit from this board. End quote. So they needed a permit. The board, whose president owns a tanning and leather company in New York City. Grifter's gonna grift. It sounds like there was like major fucking like cleaning reform going on, but it sounds like this guy is just like,
it sounds to me he just didn't want competition.
Yeah, like he makes it harder for everybody else, but he already follows the ordinance.
Yeah, like, and he's he's hiding behind the fact that he's like, it's less smelly.
Fucking oysters and boiling. Does bone boiling really smell that bad?
Oh,
this is just horrific.
Awful.
What is it? Why? I always felt like bone just smelled like nothing.
Oh, it has a smell to it. There was growing up, my mom's office was close to a refining factory, and it smells like wet hair and funk, and like it has a thing to it.
Well, I will trust the smelly people to tell me if something stinks like ass. You know what I mean?
Me.
Well, that's not you. I was talking about the 1866 people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to be fair, to be smelly in 1866, that had to real stink.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, like in today's terms, we'd be barfing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
But yeah, no, like you could. I think that refining factory is still there. And like on a good day, you can smell it from like a city away.
Damn.
Like it is, and like that is just like basically what they do is just they like boil down animals.
And what do they use it for? Just tallow or something like that?
Like part of the bone probably goes into like like food, like process, like dog food and stuff like that.
We just haven't found a better way yet.
Huh? And it's basically to get rid of like roadkill and stuff.
So Elmer's glue is just that raccoon I hit earlier today.
Could be.
Damn.
Could be. But yeah, I think it's just basically they make product out of animal remains.
Shit, I didn't know roadkill gets thrown into a vat and boiled down.
Like have you ever taken the turkey carcass after Thanksgiving and made broth? Okay, it's that, but without all the spices. So it's just wet bone. Like it's.
You know what's? I've never done that, so I don't know how that smells. I do know what oysters smell like, and can assume it smells bad.
Yeah. Yep.
If they had to
they smell bad when they're fresh. So
yeah, they do. They taste good, but they smell god awful. I mean, you live in Seattle.
Yes.
Is there oysters in Seattle?
I think yes, we have an oyster farm.
I know you have clams, right?
Yes,
Clams and
the
crabs.
mussels.
Yep. So, well, we can assume that it smelled like god awful shit.
Yeah, it was not. It was not good.
All right, you ready for fact number 5?
Did Pauly Shore's career peak at Goofy Movie?
Oh! Yeah, there we go. Goofy Movie. All right, fact number 5. You have to work for this one, as you're making me quit writing to go play the new season of Fortnite.
Fair
Which
enough.
I did. You literally just shouted, phone it in, let's go. So here. And I did say that.
Well played, Alex.
Points is yours if you can find even more evidence that libertarians are completely full of shit. Anything mildly interesting or repulsive. Right? So, this is newspapers.com.
Okay.
So I'm going to...
So we're time traveling to the present.
We're back to the present, since we're so close to the election. Oh, fuck. No, it's a newspaper. What was I supposed to do here?
So what she has sent us is like her research.
There's a billion of them. Whoa. I'll share my screen.
She's like, look at all the work I have to do to make questions, and you want me to phone it in.
All right, I'm going to share this shit because the writer wants some accolades. I can tell you that because look at this fucking monstrosity.
I can see your finger scrolling, and I don't like what's happening.
Oh, you're not going to like it.
I don't like what you did to us, Alex.
USA!
This is you. This is your fault.
It is my fault. I'm sorry, but I'll own it.
Fucking fine. Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you fucking kidding me? What is this thing?
This is the city ordinances in 1866. This is how people figured out what the law was back in the day.
It's so small.
It is so small.
Oh my god.
No wonder people were like, I didn't know I was breaking the law.
Can we get the point if we just say the writer does a really good job every week?
All right, you gotta tell me when to stop. Tell me when.
Stop.
Okay, wait, Wait, I was on the wrong screen. Sorry, tell me to stop again. I was on the wrong screen. Section 75. That no person being owner, lesser, was it leasee or tenant of any house or building shall allow any water or other noxious liquid to run from or out of his building, erection or ground upon or across any sidewalk, or curb, stone or public passage of any street. And if such substance is allowed to pass upon any street, it must reach the same by a passage to be kept at all times adequate and repair it by such person. Under or through such flagstone or curbstone. Wow, and no other and no such water or other liquid or ice therefore shall be allowed to gather, remain, or... Okay, so as I'm reading it, water or liquid can't run over.
No drainage from your property to anywhere, like onto public streets.
Other noxious liquid.
That's
okay. So let's paraphrase this real quick.
So yeah, no bone broth should be seeping from your house onto the road.
Let's paraphrase this, okay, for our listeners that don't want to listen to the whole thing. Don't let stinky fluid leave your house, cross across other property, and drain into the street.
Keep your stinky stuff to yourself.
This is 1866.
Yeah.
The government has been around and established for quite some time.
Almost 100 years.
This is 1866, and they're just now being like, don't drink your poo water, or don't drain your poo water into the street anymore.
Don't let your funk leak out.
Look, at night we have cattle coming through here too. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't need your shit water mixing with the bone broth water, and then have
Look,
cows trek that
we
all
have
across the
20
city.
cows that have spent all day eating their own shit, walking through the streets of Brooklyn at night. We
Look.
cannot also deal with you, my guy.
I had to pull Frank's remaining hand out from what I think to be mud. All right? I don't want to think it's also bone broth.
Look, when I have to deliver Frank's hand to his widow, I don't want it covered in whatever was leaking out of your tenant's building.
You know what I had to do? I had to go to the stream and wash off Frank's hand before delivering it back to his widow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I
Turned
wanted
out
to do that?
Wasn't a stream. Someone opened a vat.
You know how many beaks I had to pick out of his hand? That's disgusting.
It's fucking gross.
It's fucking gross. Well, there you go.
I did notice that this only has to do with water or a noxious thing. No rule against molasses. You can let that flow.
I mean, let's be honest here. Molasses is so slow. It's kind of their fault, you know? You know what it is? It's that equivalent of that Austin Powers where he's like, stop!
Yeah. Hey, Ryder, you wanted proof that libertarians are full of shit? There it was. Blaming the people who got drowned in molasses.
I'm not a libertarian.
There it is. I found it.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. The writer said one more. Read their definition of theater near the top. I should probably search for it, huh?
Yeah, that might be easier.
There's probably a lot going. Did they spell it theater? Did I spell it? Where's theater, writer? No, I have to worry about it now. It's personal now. They spell it like theater, like over here. Oh, I see
Your
it.
computer's
Right
just
here.
like, dude, it's too small of print.
It's right here. What the fuck? What? Thanks, search functions in Google.
All right.
Theater. You ready?
Yeah.
The term theater shall be held to include the building, rooms, and place where any play, concert, opera, circus, trick of jugglery, show, gymnastic, or other exhibition, masquerade, public, I don't know what that is, drill, lecture, address,
Public dance.
Frequent gathering of amusement is or may be held, given performance to take place and approach and whatever. This is fascinating. Sometimes
a room
where you perform.
You could just say performance.
Look. We can.
I like how they had to get like trick of jugglery. That was like not just trick.
Okay.
Trick of jugglery.
Two things. One, I really want to make fun of them too for that. But if you've ever seen like a professional juggler, that shit gets crazy. And two,
there needs to be permits for that.
They didn't have a TV. Like that's probably
right.
Seeing a juggler in that time who was good at juggling was probably the most magical experience for most of these people's lives.
True.
It was probably it's just imagine you got the juggler going. He's like, throw me stuff. And he gets Frank's hand thrown in and he's fine.
An oyster show.
They get the oyster shells. He's like, God, last time I come to fucking Brooklyn.
Oh my God, who opened the vat? Ugh.
Yeah, he threw a vat in there. He's got some sludge. It's a good thing we define this as a theater. Right. Oh, fuck, dude. This is amazing. Yeah, well, it's the jugglery, I think, is what.
That's pretty good.
The trick of jugglery, too.
Right, yeah, not just a regular... So, like, magician? Do they just mean magician?
I don't know. I don't see magicians on here. Probably because those are witches.
True.
Everybody knows that magic wasn't invented till about the 60s anyways. It's true. So, well, there you have it, Joe. We got that question. And,
did we?
We did. We earned it. We fought for it. And we earned it. And I'm proud of us for that.
I feel,
you know, you're welcome.
I don't think that's right. I don't think you get to say you're welcome after you made the rest of us read.
I did us a favor, dude. All right? I did
I
us.
mean, I think what you're trying to do is a trick of jugglery, and I don't think that room has a permit.
You know who would be really good at a trick of jugglery? I feel like JD Vance.
I was going to say Insane Cloud Posse.
She also gave us a bonus point for calling out an oyster shell ordinance. Very impressive. You know what that means, Joe?
You're welcome.
That's exactly what it means. Good job, Joe.
Oh.
Oh shit. All right, dude. Well, you want to close this one out?
There you have it. The Allegendly podcast, not just crushing 2024, but crushing 1866. You want to see us continue crushing it? Go ahead and follow us right here on the YouTubes and at the TikToks at Allegendly. If you want to email ordinances to us, email them to allegedly.podcast@gmail.com, where I'm sure Alex will read all of them. And until next time, I'll remember to keep your vats closed.
You close those vats until
let us close the vat that is the Republican Party.
Yes.
Keep your Republican stink out of our city.
I guarantee you they're going to challenge us to a duel.
Our only hope is that Kamala crushes.
Yep. And she will. Just like those oysters in New York.
Just like that. She knows how to dispose properly.
She does. She isn't afraid to open the vat in the ordinance period. You know what I mean? Like, that's after it's done. She's responsible. She has
herded the cattle of the Republican Party only between 9 and sunrise through Brooklyn.
Just fucking powering it through, dude. And that's very apropos.
After following Biden around, she knows how to dispose of body parts properly.
USA.